Probando, probando, un, dos, tres.
Hola, hola. Hola, hola. Sí, dos. Hola, hola. Hola, hola. Hola.
Déjame.
Dos, tres.
Se enchufa aquí, ¿no?
Hola, hola. Hola.
impactados por las tecnologías. Estas tecnologías que cuando tienen ese impacto y generan realmente un cambio en ese desarrollo social, hablamos en poder satisfacer necesidades de personas. Influye en el comportamiento humano, influye en la economía, y hoy no podemos dejar de lado en poder interiorizar que también influye en aquel trabajo que tenemos las economías, las sociedades y cada ciudadano en el cumplimiento de los objetivos de desarrollo social. Esos ODS del año 2030, declarados por la ONU y del cual, sin lugar a duda, todos somos parte y no podemos ser indiferentes. La reflexión, porque de alguna manera cuando estamos en academia, hablamos de esta difusión de conocimiento, pero hoy estamos llamados a poder implementar esta difusión, estas sugerencias, estas recomendaciones, producto de los estudios y de la investigación, a que podamos también elevar la voz para que sean aplicados, considerados dentro de cada una de las sociedades, sean gobiernos, sean entidades sin fines de lucro o aquellas instituciones comprometidas con ese desarrollo social. Piensen ustedes en cuánto su trabajo puede mejorar la vida de una persona. En educación, con la aplicación de las nuevas tecnologías, no solo para mejorar el aprendizaje ni el proceso de formación académica, sino también para una educación inclusiva, a través de aquellas herramientas donde podemos llegar a aquellos niños, adolescentes que tienen estas necesidades educativas y que no pueden ser excluidos o no pueden estar excluidos del sistema de educación. Cuántas las nuevas tecnologías aportan también desde una mejor condición de salud para las personas. Cuánto podemos hoy a través de el trabajo interdisciplinario de ingenieros que trabajan en tecnologías, aplicación de informática y médicos para hallar soluciones y una mejor propuesta para el cuidado y la salud de un ser humano. Pensemos también en cómo estas tecnologías y la informática aportan la comunicación. Y la comunicación con todas aquellas herramientas, plataformas, sistemas que nos permiten estar conectados. Dejar de trabajar en aspectos muy locales para trabajar y para impactar a nivel global. Esos son los grandes desafíos. Por supuesto, cada uno de ellos con la concientización y la ética como valor principal del ser humano, hasta dónde esa aplicación realmente constituye el desarrollo de otras personas y que no atente más bien contra ese crecimiento y esa esencia propia de cada ser humano. Ese también es un gran desafío de ustedes y de todos quienes hacemos la academia. Esa formación en valores para que el uso de las tecnologías, de la innovación, esté siempre y en todo momento para contribuir al desarrollo de personas, de una comunidad, de una sociedad, de un país. Tiene sus complejidades, por supuesto, pero desde el aporte del granito de arena o de lo que suma cada uno de ustedes, es posible, sin lugar a duda. Por eso quiero dar la apertura de este Congreso Internacional de Informática Aplicada con esta reflexión de cuánto impactamos a través de la investigación en la vida de otras personas, de cuánto impactamos en una sociedad, pero sobre todo de que cada acción que realizamos también va a impactar en las siguientes generaciones. Esta universidad se siente complacida de poderlos recibir en este Congreso Internacional. Uno de nuestros pilares estratégicos como Universidad Ecotec es la investigación. Por lo tanto, nos unimos a este trabajo conjunto y auguramos que estos resultados que hay producto de esta conferencia, de este Congreso Internacional, sea un paso más para que Informática Aplicada siga generando no solo disrupción, sino cambios positivos en nuestra sociedad. Sean todos ustedes bienvenidos a este Congreso Internacional, a esta su casa, la Universidad Ecotec.
Agradecemos a la doctora Nori Pinelli por sus palabras. A continuación tendremos la presencia de Héctor Flores, coordinador general de este evento.
Gracias. Hola a todos, buenos días. Un segundo. Bueno, tenemos varias personas conectadas en línea, quienes no hablan español, entonces me va a permitir hacer la presentación en inglés. So, hello everyone, thank you so much for coming. Well, in this opportunity, I want to thanks everyone for coming to ICAI 2023. This is the 6th edition of the conference, so we are really proud for this progress in the conference. And of course, I'm really happy for having you here because you have a lot of authors and well, attendants who are interested in this kind of conferences. I want to thank especially University Ecotec because they accepted to be the host of this edition of the conference, and this is really important for us because their help has been very useful for getting this conference in this good shape. I am from Colombia and I work at the University Distrital in Bogota, Colombia. This university is the main, let's say, organization that is involved in this conference. So, of course, thank to my university. This is the logo of the ICAI research group. This is my research group in Colombia, and this is one sponsor of the conference. Also, we have an important sponsor, which is Springer. Springer is one publisher, and with this publisher, we every edition publish the proceedings of the conference. We have here also Science-Based Platform, which is a company in the United States that also supports the conference. So thank everyone for their support. Something important in our conference is the proceedings. We try to ensure that the proceedings are available online before the conference. So, well, I'm really happy that the conference proceedings are online now. Actually, it was online since Tuesday, I guess, since Tuesday. So that's something really important. It means that every paper accepted in the conference is already published in the proceedings. You can access to the proceedings and you can download them just clicking the conference proceedings from the ICAI webpage. What I mean is that we have free access if we do that, if we download the papers from the ICAI webpage. Well, in addition, we have some workshops, and these workshops are published in SER workshop proceedings. This is also a very interesting publisher. This is a journal, let's say. This is a journal, and this journal is from Germany, so we are really proud because they also support us. They allow us to publish our workshop papers in this journal. So that's really, really important for us. Of course, something important to mention is that the CCIS proceedings are indexed in different databases, like, for example, Scopus, DVLP, Google Scholar. Also, these proceedings are submitted to ICAI, to EC proceedings, which is really, really important for us. Also, several workshop proceedings is indexed in Scopus, DVLP, Google Scholar, and so on. Something interesting in this edition of the conference, I mean, this edition is really, really important because we are doing something new, something better every edition. In this edition, we have an agreement with SN Computer Science, which is an important journal, and this is also published by Springer. And we selected 9 best papers for the conference, and these 9 best papers will be published in SN Computer Science. Hopefully, they will be published maybe tomorrow or maybe on Monday. Unfortunately, well, the idea was to be published these papers today, but unfortunately it is not ready, but it is coming very soon. I want to make a special thank to the keynote speakers. We have 2 keynote speakers, Hernan Astudillo. I mentioned first, in the first position, to Hernan, because his last name is with A, and Simone, the last name is with B. So alphabetically, I mentioned Hernan Astudillo. He's going to make a keynote tomorrow. The topic is security smells for microservices, which is also very interesting. He's a very important guy in the software engineering world, so it's really, really nice to have here in the conference. Also, Simone Belli, he is coming from Spain, the University Complutense of Madrid, and Simone is also a very important guy in the topics related to the connection between computer science and, let's say, sociology, psychology, and so on. He is giving a presentation entitled Emotions and Artificial Intelligence Between Game and Reality. So thank you for coming and thank you for this presentation. Actually, this presentation is next to my presentation. I mentioned before we have some workshops. In this edition, we have these 5 workshops, and we have finally 15 published papers, accepted papers in these workshops. And well, we are also happy, and we want to thank all people involved in the workshops. Something that I want to show is some statistics. You can check the statistics in the webpage. In the ICAI conference, we received 132 submissions. That's really, really interesting. That's something new. We are used to receive about 90 to 10 submissions every edition, but this edition is really special because we had 132. That's really impressive. We accepted 39 submissions. It means that we have an acceptance rate of 29.5%. That's also really good. What I mean is that we try to have a very high level conference from the academic point of view. So these numbers ensure that we are doing a very interesting job. Here, in this edition, we had 114 authors from 14 countries, so that's also nice. As you can see, we have authors from Canada, China, France, India. What I mean is that we have a lot of authors that, well, they don't speak Spanish, and for that reason, this conference is in English. Well, we are really happy to have this kind of community supporting and contributing in this conference. We have the support of a program committee. The program committee are the people who review all papers, and based on their revisions, based on their reviews, we make decisions and we accept the different papers that we publish in the proceedings. We had in this edition 49 program committee members, and these members are people who hold a PhD degree. So they are researchers, so based on them, also we try to ensure the high quality of the conference. These people come from 20 different countries, so it is also really nice for our conference. I want to show you also a brief presentation about our Google Scholar profile. We try to measure our impact, and this is the numbers. We started the conference in 2018, and as you can see, we are growing. Well, here in 2023, we have less citations. This is the citations every year, but of course we have less citations because the year is not finished yet, so hopefully we will have this year more than 280 citations, and we can then see this progress in the conference every year. So we are really, really happy for these numbers. We have an age index 12, which is really interesting in just 5 years. Finally, you can see the program in the web page of the conference, and you can move to every session you are interested. We have 3 sessions for the workshops, and then we have 2 sessions simultaneously today in the afternoon and tomorrow all day. So, welcome, thank you so much, and enjoy the conference. I think I will check the program. We have the next session. We start with the keynote. We start with the keynote, and I would like to invite Simone Belli, and also I would like to invite Ixen Galpin, who is the session chair. So Ixen, please, and Simone. Thank you so much.
Ready? Good morning. My name is Ixen Galpin. I'm from the ICAI Steering Committee, also a professor at Jorge Tadeo University in Bogota, Colombia. It's my pleasure this morning to introduce Simone Belli. He's, among many things, he's a senior researcher from the Department of Social Anthropology and Social Psychology of the Complutense University in Madrid. Also a visiting professor at ICAI Tech University and by the Aosta University. He's no stranger to Ecuador. I was talking to him yesterday evening. He told me he's an admirer of Ecuador's fine beaches and also lived here for 5 years. So I've been here quite some time. And your research is focused on understanding why emotions have a strong relationship with language and how it's possible to express these emotions in online, offline spaces and professional and innovative contexts in artificial intelligence. So, welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thanks, Hector. Thanks, Marcelo. Thanks, Ecotech, to organize this important conference, important international conference. For me, it's a big pleasure to be here. As Itzer said, I live here 5 years. I work in ICAI Tech at the north of the country. And from 2019, I work in Complutense University of Madrid. Complutense University of Madrid, where we have organized the second edition of this conference. It was a very important event for us because we started to work together with Hector, with Marcelo, and with the rest of the people that are here today. And it's fantastic to see young researchers here in Ecotech and connected from different parts of the world. Because this is very important to think about the future of this conference. And the conference have a lot of impact in science in the last years. We have observed the citations, how the number is very high. The H index, it's very, very important, this index. And today, my role here, I'm social psychologist. I have a PhD in social psychology with a research on emotions and new technology. And my role here is to connect applied informatics to the society, to social science, to entrepreneurship and innovation, to different sectors of society. But I think it's important for this that ICAI is here in Ecotech, because I worked around the campus this morning, and it was very impressive how it's a dynamic and very innovative campus like this. One of the don't change the slide in the. It's strange. No. These are the previous chapters. Yes, in Madrid in 2019. Okay. Today, I like to present some ideas, some results of a project that we have started at the beginning of the 2023 in Madrid to observe how artificial intelligence have an impact in social relations. What is this? It's the relation that we have every day with the machine. The machine learning, for example, other types of technology, but always it's very important to observe the relationship between human beings, with these machines. And how we observe this? We observe this in two different times. The first time we throw a bibliometric analysis about the scientific literature. This is the first step. And the second step is with a qualitative methodology about research focus group. The first result that we have in this bibliometric analysis is that the relationship between AI with social interaction emerged a lot of new concepts in the area. One of the most important for us from psychology, from sociology, from anthropology, the big area of social science is the intelligence. Do you know the concept of emotional intelligence? And it's very important for us because in different aspects of the society, we have different emotional intelligences. And in machine, happened the same. So in this cloud, we observe how the relation between these two areas evoke a multitude of emotions, and many times reshape the human connections. The result of the bibliometric analysis is resumed in this map. We observed 4 clusters. The 4 clusters are the big area of the human interaction with artificial intelligence. The first, the red one, the most important, is composed by artificial intelligence, human machines, decision-making, computer simulation. The second cluster, in green, the green cluster at the left of the screen, It's composed by publications, papers, books, proceedings like this, with human-computer interaction papers, research, speech recognition, neural networks, and deep learning. The third cluster, the cluster blue, is composed by emotion recognition, virtual reality, face recognition, and robots. We observe this cluster in the next slides. And the last cluster, the yellow cluster, at the bottom of the screen, is composed by machine learning, sentiment analysis and affective analysis, and affective computing. It's important to do work like this before to start or research, because we mark the territory, the landscape of our future project. When we have designed this new territory, we can start our research. Our research is composed by qualitative methodology, very common in social science, not so many in other areas like math, physics, engineering, but the scopus of this is to observe the interaction. In this month, we have organized 25 focus groups with 87 scientists based in Spain from different disciplines. And also I can share the paper of this research. Also, we have recollected 18 hours of ethnographic field notes. Researchers that observe other researchers talk about artificial intelligence and human emotions. To analyze this data, we use Atlas-T. Atlas-T is a software based on grounded theory analysis. The grounded theory analysis, it's an analysis very inductive that start to think about a grounded theory or apply a new theory to the data. It's a bottom-up dynamic. Normally, in science, we use a top-down dynamic. We have a theory, and we apply this theory to the data. But with this method, firstly, we observe the data, and from the data, we elaborate a new theory. We select this type of analysis because we observe in biometric analysis that it's not so popular, the relation between artificial intelligence with emotion, with social interaction, with human emotion. For this reason, the first step is to know how researchers, scientists from different disciplines think about the potential role of these new relations. In the analysis of this data, we have elaborated 1,302 inductive codes, bottom-up dynamic, divided in 12 categories. We have the table. In this table, we have the 12 categories and the number of codes contained in each category. How do you observe? We have some category related to machine learning, artificial intelligence, so the informatics things, the informatics stuff there. And also we have another other categories related to humans, negative emotions, a lot, positive emotion, not so much, unrest, social unrest, and social psychological aspects. These aspects are very, very important. We will observe in this conference. But one of the results that we have most impressive is that the negative emotion appears first. What means that the scientists researchers, when talk about artificial intelligence related to emotion and social interaction, experiment with negative emotion, fear, sadness, anxiety, stressful, unrest, social unrest. The big word in the center of this network is negative emotion, because we have a lot of examples about this negative emotion. But in this conference, we don't work in negative emotion. We try to observe the rest. Because many times we know the lack of trust in machine learning, the lack of trust in artificial intelligence, but a conference like this, we need to think about the potentiality in each sector of these new tools. For this reason, that the next step in our analysis was to observe the concurrency analysis of these categories. The concurrency analysis between categories related to human beings with the categories related to artificial intelligence. Of course, we have in the second column the blue square. It's where we have more concurrency results. And the category is negative emotions with artificial intelligence. We have observed in the previous slide that it's very, very important topic. This is a Sankey graph, and we observe how at the right part of the screen, we have negative emotion that is distributed in the different part of our machine learning, artificial intelligence sections. Another with the most distributed bit in the different codes. But the results of this is that we have four important topics about this relation. The first one is the AI and social interaction. The second one is AI and human emotions. The third, one of the most important, I think, ethical consideration about AI's emotional influence. And the last topic, it's about the health dimension of AI-mediated social interaction. It's important to observe each of these dimensions and the relation between them. The first one, it's the most common topic. So we have the relation between AI and social interaction. Of course, we observe in humans brain activity during interaction, cognition. This is important because it's not a neutral process, but something happens in the individuals when communicate with the machine. And of course, I think we need to observe this, how the cognition, how the brain, how the plasticity of the brain is transformed in this interaction in different areas are studying this part, because it's not a neutral process. There are emotions there. The thing that I need to underline, there are emotions here because we are thinking when we use the technology. The second aspect is about the communication mechanism. It's not only a communication, of course, from human to machine, but it's reciprocal. We have a human that communicate to machine and machine that communicate to human. And in this case, in the last years, we have observed how these new tools from AI have adapted to the humans. This machine in the last year has transformed to have a better communication to the humans. It's not the same like 10 years or 12 years ago. This new relation go to start the affective computing, a new area that mixed informatics to social science. For this reason, that researcher observed that we have a social role of AI. It's a new agent in our society. An example, when we enter in our home and the first thing is, Alexa, put the music, it's a new agent. It's a new member of our family, of our house, but it's something that have a name and do something. For this reason that it's an agent. This new agent creates psychosocial impact, enter in our lives, and of course have some impact in our life. One of the most important aspects of this new relation is about the personal disclosure. Do you know what is the disclosure? Say something very, very intimate and private that maybe we have inside our heart, in some part of our body, but we express this secret thing to the machine, to the Google, for example. Many times when our people have a problem, a physical problem, the first thing is Google, I feel this, what is the solution? Many times this problem don't know our partner, the family, the friends, and this happens in different aspects of our life. This is the personal disclosure. So the machine knows something very intimate and secret from us, but maybe our partner, our wife, husband, friend don't know. This is important to think about this new relation. The second step, it's about, of course, the human emotion, new human emotion in relation with this AI. I put here this publication, this book that we have published in this year, and it's about the new social material turn, the digital turn that experiment our lives. Because in psychology of emotion, we have this new area that we need to understand the human emotion and the new human emotion, the emotion caused by the machine learning, the artificial intelligence from these new tools. Emotions are very complex, but emotions are very easy to understand. Everybody knows what are the emotions. We can go outside this campus and to ask to someone to tell about their emotion. Okay, I feel angry, I feel in love, I have fear of this. But emotions are complex for this reason, because everybody knows the emotions, but many times we cannot control this emotion. The emotional management, in the last year we observed like experts give us some suggestion to detect this emotion, because it's a very important part of our lives. Decision making, social interaction, as affected from this emotional management, from this emotional intelligence. For this reason that AI need to incorporate this complexity in the study of emotions. One of the first approach in AI is about the emotional detection and recognition of the human's emotion. Verbal and, of course, not verbal. Facial expressions. For example, the Paul Ekman studies. Paul Ekman, it's a famous social psychologist that elaborated a software to recognize the facial expressions of the people. One of the problems is that these facial expressions are contextualized only in the Occidental society, only in this part of the world that watch movies from Hollywood, from United States. But what happened in the other part of the world where the expression of emotion is different? For this reason, the Paul Ekman study have a lack of this different context of this cultural context. Language processing, for example, NLP, and or interpret vocal tones, inter-emotional states from textual data, of course. These are the new, not so new, but in the last 10 years appears this new way to introduce the complexity of emotion in artificial intelligence. The third part of this new relation is about the potential application in mental health. The last Tuesday was the Mental Health World Day, and one of the most important things that happens that introduces this intelligence, this artificial intelligence in this to detect mental health. For detecting schizophrenia, depression, anxiety, loneliness. These are the major problems currently in Europe. In Europe, we have a lot of suicides, a lot of depression. European Union, for example, started now a new grant from Horizon 2020 about loneliness, but not loneliness only for the elderly people, also for the young people. So if we can introduce the artificial intelligence to detect this loneliness, maybe we can save lives. Okay, it's a machine, it's better a person, it's better a psychologist, yeah, but many times the loneliness is this, one people that decide to work alone, to live alone. For this reason, we need to find new strategy to enter in the life of these people. Another important discovery in this relation is about emotional AI in individual with autism. We know how it's difficult to detect the autism in children. And the new area of the Informática application is about the detect this type of autism in children. But one of the aspects when we consider to work with artificial intelligence in society, it's about the ethics consideration. Because many times we perpetuate biases and discrimination present in the data. Artificial intelligence is based on data, on big data from database. And many times, this database are the results of our society, from our social interaction, that we have exclusion, marginalization, and many times reinforcing these social inequalities. The second point is about the preservation of privacy and consent. We know that we share our data in this platform. Every time we have a critical perspective. We trust in this platform or not? And we need to define the limits and the new territory of our privacy for each platform. And the artificial intelligence know these fears. and they try to construct this trust. Don't worry, your data are safe. But we don't know if in the future someone enter in this in the database and share this data. For this reason, that this created on a more emotional engagement with these tools, and more emotional engagement, ethical consideration arise, because if we feel more trusted or more empathetic with these tools, many times happen. For example, the personal disclosure, I say something very secret to the machine, and maybe this ethical consideration falls. The risk associated with AI decision making, for example, in customer service, we have observed that help us in daily activity for companies, for example, 24/7 bots that can give some solution to the problem, but in emotional aspects, for example, like in mental health, in autism, in prevention of suicide or loneliness, this falls. Because we cannot leave alone the machine to try solution for the people. It's a potential for us. The artificial intelligence is alternative intelligence. Some researchers give us this new direction. It's an alternative, it's an augmented intelligence. But the intelligence is only human. And the artificial is a complement of the human intelligence. And one of the last aspects is about the cultural norms and values. We need to identify what is the context where we apply this artificial intelligence, because it's not the same. Apply this artificial intelligence in California or in Shanghai. We have different cultural values, different norms, social norms, different way to express the emotions. And many times, someone from informatics, engineering, don't know these social aspects that affect the society. For this reason, I think it's important. The last dimension is the health dimension of AI-mediated social interaction. It's not the individual dimension about, for example, the mental health, suicide, depression, anxiety, loneliness, but it's the social dimension, the emotion from the society. In Spain, in Italy, in different countries of the Europe, I think no. The data show that people are not happy with the society where they live. And we need to think why we are not happy. What is the role of AI in this social emotion? The perception of the society, the expression, interpretation of an emotion inside the society. For this reason, that one of the categories that we observe is about the social unrest. The social unrest is a big category where we contain some social negative emotions. The emotion that express the entire society. Many times we observe this negative emotion in social movements. When people have a strike or encounter in a square or in a big street, in a big city, to show their unrest. For this reason, AI need to interpret this expression, give some feedback to the society. And I think it's very, very difficult, but maybe in the future, the artificial intelligence is not only an actor to interact with this like a machine, but it's someone that can help to improve our society. And of course, the impact of mental health and well-being in society, and these mediating effects, emotional intelligence, empathy, that many times construct and build our social interaction, because at the end of the day, we are the sum of this social interaction. The social interaction in personal life, in professional life, and continuously we have this construction of emotions caused by the interaction that we have during the day. And of course, the artificial intelligence enter in our personal and professional life continuously. Conclusions. Replicating human-like emotional intelligence in an EA system is a complex task. For this reason, a conference like this is very important, because it's an interdisciplinary congress. We have scientists, researchers from different disciplines. Emotions are not only for the psychologists, or sociologists, or anthropologists, or philosophers. No. Emotions need to be studied from different areas, from different perspectives, because it's a complex task, and it's a very important part of ourselves. We don't know if emotions are in our heart, in our head. Nobody knows this. Maybe there is a biological aspect, but most are social and cultural. And social and cultural is represented with new aspects, like, for example, artificial intelligence. It's an agent, it's an actor, and for this reason, in this interaction, new emotions are produced, not in a biological body. The second point for this conclusion is the benefits of emotional AI-mediated social interaction are significant, improving quality of life. Of course, emotional privacy, protection against biases and unfair manipulation, and transparent communication about system limitation are essential. Philosophers in the last years have studied a lot this privacy, this ethical consideration about the artificial intelligence in our life. Some examples come from different movies or Netflix series. For example, Black Mirror from Netflix. But it's a product about our negative emotion, about our doubts about this new agent, new actor in our society. And the last point, to conclude, is looking ahead, interdisciplinary research, like in this conference, long-term studies, because we need to observe, not to give a picture of today, of about what happened in the relation between human and artificial intelligence, but we need to know if it's a positive relation. For example, teenagers that use social network, we observe, for example, that in many cases it's not so good. It's not so healthy to use this social network. But not for the present, but for the future. Because in the future, maybe these young people have some mental health problem, some difficult to express their emotions, because everything passes from our body. This is important. Okay, we have an interaction with the machine, but everything, this emotion, this interaction pass from our body. And maybe now we don't have some problem about the mental health or some about other emotional problems, but maybe in the future, yes. For this reason that the collaborative efforts, collaboration between researchers, interdisciplinary research group are necessary to advance the emotional dimension of AI-mediated social interaction. I invite you to send your research about the emotions and the AI in this call for paper that Marcelo participated with me in the Frontiers of Psychology, that we have received some results, not only from psychology, because for this reason interdisciplinary research, and we have collected papers from different areas about this topic. Many thanks for your attention. If you have some comments, doubts, questions, I'm here.
Okay, Simone, thank you very much for the very interesting talk. Maybe I'll start with the first question, and then we'll pass it to the audience. So, I mean, I think it's very interesting, well, what you've been saying about AI having the ability to detect, to sense people's emotions, and also, indeed, to have an impact on people's emotions, to change it, well, for the better and for the worse, I suppose. It can do both things. I mean, to me, emotionally, it makes me feel rather anxious that maybe my emotions can be detected in this way, if I don't want them to be, or even if I have emotions that I don't even myself know about, but the machine kind of knows about before I do. So, I mean, it can be misused quite a lot, this kind of technologies. I mean, disgruntled employees, immigration, I mean, the list is endless, really. So, how do you think we as a global society should handle this? I mean, is this a case for more regulation, or is it self-regulation?
Well, thank you for this question. Yes, I think it's very, very important. Because we try many times to have a rapid or quick solution about what we are feeling at that moment. And for this reason, that the first tool is to ask to Google or to our mobile phone how this is something strange that I feel from this conversation or from this context that many times is caused by the personal relation, but many times from the society. This is very important because the traditional psychology think that the emotion are a problem from the individual, but it's not an individual problem, it's a society problem. Many times the unrest that experiment the population is not the problem of the individual human beings, but it's a problem of the population and caused by population. The same society causes these negative emotions. For example, the migratory system, when people try to enter in a new country or try to have a visa and feel some negative emotion because the impossibility to continue with the decision that they have taken before. So when you find a barrier or limit about your decision making, you experiment this negative emotion, but are not your negative emotion. The negative emotion are caused by the context, the social context. In this case, the dynamics about the mobility of the population. But we try to solve this problem anytime with the machine, with the artificial intelligence, and it's very it's complex because how we have said before, we have a lot of negative emotion in this relation. Maybe we have at the moment app software to recognize what I feel now or in this picture. About our facial recognition, for example, in Paul Ekman's study, and it's very simple. You are upset, you are angry, you experiment love, but it's not so simple. So the risk is continuously, but we need to question continuously why the machine say this, why to recognize this. And so I don't have some ideas about a possible solution for this, because I'm only a social psychologist. The solution is to find your researchers that participate in this conference, because you have the tools to incorporate this social psychological aspect in informatics. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Simone. Well, I'm a computer scientist. I'm not sure if I have the solution either, but I guess it's a multidisciplinary effort. So who else would like to ask a question? Okay. Christian. Okay, thank you, Simone. Well, I'm a computer scientist. I'm not sure if I have the solution either, but I guess it's a multidisciplinary effort. So who else would like to ask a question? Okay. Christian. Okay, thank you, Simone. Well, I'm a computer scientist. I'm not sure if I have the solution either, but I guess it's a multidisciplinary effort. So who else would like to ask a question? Okay. Christian. Okay, thank you, Simone. Well, I'm a computer scientist. I'm not sure if I have the solution either, but I guess it's a multidisciplinary effort. So who else would like to ask a question? Okay. Christian. Okay, thank you, Simone. Well, I'm a computer scientist. I'm not sure if I have the solution either, but I guess it's a multidisciplinary effort. So who else would like to ask a question? Okay. Christian. Okay, thank you, Simone. Well, I'm a computer scientist. I'm not sure if I have the solution either, but I guess it's a multidisciplinary effort. So who else would like to ask a question? Okay. Christian. Okay, thank you, Simone. Well, I'm a computer scientist. I'm not sure if I have the solution either, but I guess it's a multidisciplinary effort. So
one of the researchers comment about the robots. How anthropomorphic machine can help some problems, some psychological or physical problems of the patients or the subject to have some sexual relationship. And it's not a futile or it's not or marginalized problem. No, it's a very important problem for this. Because you try to solve problems for this person. But like as a society, we need to accept this. And for this reason, it's a very it's an important part of our life, of our society, to construct, to build a healthy relation about this new form of the sexuality, the artificial intelligence in our lives. This is a problem, because a congress like this about informatic application, we need to incorporate these different aspects in our research. But I don't have an answer, but I try to, from these ideas, from this research, to give the directions to follow. Thanks for the question.
Okay, thank you. We have time for one more question.
Hello, thank you very much for your conference, or your presentation. My name is Lisette. I'm professor here in Ecotech University. I want to ask about the ethical considerations, in particular in academy area. For example, how can we as a professors take advantage of these technologies, but ensure that our students, for example, or even for us, for researchers, use in a positive way, not with, for example, not use chat with GTP for homeworks or for do bad research. How could you recommend us to take advantage of the positive impact of this AI?
Thanks for this question. Of course, in this month in the Complutense University of Madrid, we have organized a working group with the rector to incorporate these new tools in our lives, because we experiment some problem with the students. The 80–90% of the students use this ChatGPT, and we cannot provide or say no. You cannot write your paper or your research with using this tool. But the future is about the artificial intelligence. And in our work, for example, in a very boring task of our academic life, we need to use ChatGPT. But researchers say, no, I don't use ChatGPT because it's not ethic. It's ethic, and it's illegal. The Nature, the journal, the scientific journal Nature, said that the author can submit a paper right with ChatGPT. Always the author need to check if the information is correct, and they can and you can quote. You can put the citation from ChatGPT, and it's legal and it's ethical. So the negative emotion, many times we experiment negative emotion because we have some limitations about no, it's not ethic, or we just it's ethic. But if the society accept these tools, like for example, 50 years ago, we accepted social network, Facebook enter in our life. Nobody has said to us, no, you need to create a profile in Facebook. No, it's you can create or you cannot create. But I think many of us, we have created a profile in Facebook. And many times, maybe in 2008, we think, oh no, it's not ethical to share my photo, my personal data in this network, but now we don't have this problem. And I think, for example, ChatGPT and the other interesting tools in AI that appears in the last months, in last years, have improved our life, our professional life. Because, for example, when we are preparing a grant, an international grant like Horizon 2020, that you have to prepare 2,000 pages of project, ChatGPT help you to write some boring aspect of the proposal. This is one aspect. The other aspect is that we think these tools not like a tool that allow you to think. You don't need to think because the machine thinks for you. No, you need to think. You need to revise this document, to improve this document, but you need to think. The artificial intelligence is an alternative intelligence. It's a potential of human intelligence. And for this reason that, for example, for our students, we need to give some homework because they, of course, use ChatGPT, but always that they need to reflect about this homework. Find some strategies. And some strategy that many times, for example, we have here in this conference some example from the video games, from the podcast, different strategy to think about the homework, to think about the exam of our courses. And podcast, video games are some examples, so good examples. But of course, we need to have a critical perspective to incorporate this. Thanks for your question.
Okay, Simone, thank you very much for your presentation. Thank the speaker. So Hector will give some information about the workshops now.
Thank you, Simone. Thank you so much. Really nice presentation. And actually, I have a lot of things to ask about this, but it will be later. So I would like to now invite you. Come on. I don't see the. Let's check the program, please. And now we will have the workshop sessions. So we have the workshops ISID here in this room. Then we also have 2 workshops in the room Aula Soborna and another 2 workshops in the Aula Oxford. So please, you can pick the workshop you want to attend. Of course, the authors must stay in the room. And yeah, well, we can start these different workshops until 1:30 p.m. So thank you so much. See you next.